Hi everyone, I'm Nathaniel, and today I'm gonna be teaching you how to draw a goblin. And fortunately, Halloween has passed, so this is by the time this video is made. So this is kind of out of season already, but what we're gonna start off with first is a basic head shape. So just go ahead and draw a circle for the top of the goblin's head. It doesn't have to be super round, but especially because, skulls are pretty irregularly shaped. But that's the top of the goblin's head, and we just want to move down towards the base of the head or the face. And our goblin is in a 3/4 angle view, so we're just going to move down. This particular goblin doesn't have a very strong jaw, so we're just going to do more of a long face and just move along like that. And yeah, so I'm starting off with pencil right now, but as you will see, I'm gonna move on to marker for darker details. And you can just do this all in pencil, but I choose to do marker for the purpose of the video to make it clearer to see. But right now I'm gonna add just not a lot of detail, but just enough to know where the placement of everything. So I'm just gonna add a center line here so we can see which direction really is the goblin looking at. And I want another line here that goes through the eyes, so I know where to place my eyes. So right now this is all we have and all that you should have. And now we're gonna move on. Wait, no, one more thing. We're gonna add, like I said, just a little bit of detail to know where to place things. So we're just gonna go ahead and draw a little curve. I'm not sure how well you can see that in the camera, but we're gonna draw a little curve just to see where the nose is gonna be placed, and it's gonna go down a little bit more to the right here. And like I said, we'll add some more details later. And don't worry if your goblin isn't perfect. Not all goblins are perfect, and nor they should be. Every goblin is unique, and that's okay. So now we're gonna move on to the next step. So at this point, I'm gonna be using my black marker. Color is black, like the heart of an Aryan, and for that I'm just gonna use it to basically for the whole drawing. And like I said, you can use pencil for the entire drawing, but I'm using marker to better show it in the video and just to see, like, how confident I am. I don't need an eraser like a novice. I already know how to draw, and I'm confident in myself that I won't make mistakes. So, who needs an eraser when you have confidence? That's what I always say. So we're just gonna go ahead and start drawing the facial features, and I'm gonna start off on this side. It's just gonna be kind of like the eyebrow. And our goblin has relatively thick eyebrows, and I'm gonna move along the nose that we already kind of drew in our pencil sketch. Move down along it. As you can see, I'm trying to draw kind of lightly because I don't want to create such a thick border that you can't distinguish anything. Such a thick line, I mean. And it's a pretty wide nose, but goblins are known to have wide noses. Now we're gonna draw the second eyebrow. Some people start with the eyes, but I start with the eyebrows, just because I feel it's a little easier. But you can do whatever you want. You can go at your own pace. Obviously, I know how to draw, and I'm really good at it. So you should, if you're starting to learn, you should follow me, or else you're not doing the right thing. So now I'm gonna start off with the eyes. I'm not sure how well you can see it in the camera, but I know I'm doing a good job, so I'm just gonna keep going. You want to draw a thicker line for the top eye, like the top line of the eye, to indicate eyelashes, because you don't want to go ahead and draw every single eyelash. So what we do is we just make a thicker line. And now on to the other side. And a good tip, I don't think I really did it in this occasion, but a good thing to do is draw each eye like at the same time. So like draw one line on one eye, and then draw the next line on the other eye, and just kind of both going at the same time, like at the same pace, so you won't have like two eyes that don't really look like they should belong to the same face. So what we're gonna do now is just go along, and I'm gonna try to make this video pretty quick because I know my other videos were pretty long, so, and I know not everyone has the time to watch them. Y'all are busy, I get it, despite you might call yourself a fan, but you know, you might just watch like 1 minute of my video and say you watched it. That's okay though. You know, I understand. You have commitments. But we're just gonna move down along, and I drew like the bottom lip, kind of, just a line to indicate the bottom lip. But now we're just gonna move along the entire face and the entire head. See how my lines are pretty sketchy, because even though I am using a marker, I don't just want to draw a single solid line, because then my lines probably won't be as accurate, or my shapes, I mean. And then we have a classic goblin ear right there, and that's pretty much, we've made good progress. As you can see, we have the eyes, the nose, and now we're gonna move on to the mouth. Just follow along with me. There are other tutorials online that show you how to draw mouths, and I find those to be pretty helpful. But what I'm doing is I'm drawing the bottom of the upper lip right now, and I want to kind of draw that dark because the inside of the mouth, obviously there's no light in there, so it's kind of dark in there. And now I'm drawing like the top of the bottom lip, and it just goes down like that, just a little bit. Our goblin's mouth is slightly open, not to indicate that he's a mouth breather, you know, or anything like that, but you know, like, you know how models, like, they take photos of them, like they take photos with their mouth slightly open to indicate, like, you know, oh, that's attractive. So that's kind of what I'm going for right now. But then I'm just drawing the top of the lip, of the top lip, and I think that's pretty good. Could have been done better, and yeah, that's fine. We just move on. What we want to show is kind of like, because our goblin is looking at an angle, so we want to indicate that it's an angle, so we're just gonna draw these two little lines right there. That doesn't necessarily mean it's looking at an angle, but what we want to do now is just add a little bit of shadow. And when you're adding shadow using a pen marker, I mean, you just want to go just slightly, just very lightly. And I'm gonna add, and what you can do is do some hatching for shadow. That's what a lot of people do, but I just do whatever. You can do it your own style, have it your way, as they say in Burger King. What I do is basically hatching, but I don't necessarily like to go in a straight line, but I did it just in the lips, just to show like the possibilities. Basically, when you're drawing, the possibilities are endless. Like, you pretty much are God incarnate, and you can create whatever you want with only the power of your mind. Just depends on, you know, even if you don't have the greatest skill, you can, you know, just create something, and that's the power of a god. That's what makes us human beings. And I'm just gonna keep on adding some more shadows, just to indicate 3 dimensions. You want shadows like wherever the light source is. Our light source in this case is coming from like this angle, so I'm just gonna add shadows where the light source, like the opposite side of the light source. Obviously this area would kind of be the darkest area, like this side of the face and along the nose here. So if you do want to make this line thicker, that's a good technique. If you want to make, for example, this line thicker too, to indicate like where shadows should be, that's a good technique for cartoonists and whatever. I don't consider myself a cartoonist or anything. And now our particular goblin does have hair. Some goblins don't. But this particular goblin does have hair, and it has really short hair, kind of like a buzz cut, and it's hard to do with marker, but I'm just gonna do little dots, I guess, stippling, or little lines. It's pretty hard to do with with marker, or any type of ink you're using. If you're using ink, obviously not super easy to shade or anything. I'll do my best. This particular goblin has really short hair right now. Probably got a recent haircut. It's more of like a buzz cut, so around the edge of the head there's gonna be a thick outline. So you know how you see people with buzz cuts and they have like that shadow effect going on, like around the head. Like it gets darker as you approach the outline. They do look like a cartoon, which is, you know, appropriate in this case because what I'm drawing is sort of a cartoon. It's gonna keep going along and adding some more details. You can follow along, pause anytime you want in the video. You have that power if you're watching this on YouTube or whatever. That looks okay. Not my best, but certainly not my worst either. But okay, so the camera is indicating me I have 3 minutes, so I'm gonna finish this in 3 minutes. Watch this. I'm just gonna add a line here. I have 3 minutes of memory left is what it's saying. Just gonna add a line here, line there, make an ear, so you can watch this in slow motion or whatever you guys do online. So this goblin is gonna have just a little bit of facial hair. Maybe it can't grow a full beard, but it can certainly grow some stubble. And yeah, just a little bit of stubble. Like I said, it's hard to do any kind of like shading and with ink. And now we just want to add final detail, the pupils in the eyes. You don't want a lifeless goblin unless that's what you're going for, but we just want to add tiny little pupils. And that's our, I think that's good. That's our goblin. There you go, guys. So that was a tutorial on how to draw a goblin, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're satisfied with your result, however it may look. And yeah, be sure to subscribe, click like, comment, and let me know what else should I draw, and any requests you have for anything. And but don't expect me to get to it too soon because, you know, I'm one person and I have college now. And so yeah, thank you for watching, and bye bye.